What's up, YouTube? Carter from 221 here. Welcome back to the French-European campaign for Napoleon Total War. I have a fleet down here that I'm going to harass the British with. They're taking a decent swath of territory. Meanwhile, this army is going to march out and attack the Prussians. This guy will... Very good general they have right there. These guys are still a little unhappy, but with the militia I keep training, they should be decent. Also, oh, this is Prague. Why am I training in Prague? I'm looking for yes, Vienna. I pretty much just want to train a ton of militia and waste all my money, so I can just keep this army moving as quickly as I can. You know, these guys can go join up here at Hungary. Where's attrition? So Poland, where's the attrition starts? Yeah, so this army, once this army gets happy, once they get happy in once they get happy in Vienna, then we're gonna march out, take out this capital. This army's gonna clean up, go into Transylvania. Probably circle around to Glacia. Meanwhile, this army up north is going to attack the Prussians here and probably head on. We'll probably pincer them. Napoleon's army in the south and this guy Jean-Baptiste's army in the north at Silesia, where they get their Silesian Schulzen in Belarus or Beluge. Are we not getting an iron mine? Wealth, my friends. Cool. And we got the giant British army that's roaming around my turf. Let's end a turn as I get some more infantry in Paris. Austria will offer a peace treaty. No. Ooh, I think they might try to take that. Great Britain, that was a mistake in besieging my territory. Because, frankly, we're gonna kill you. This is my Europe. And you are not allowed in it. Brandenburg. Huh. General available. Cool. A rebellion. Wait, who was unhappy? No, it sucks because they're taking winter attrition. And there's a rebellion. Okay. Okay, I know this is the capital, but really? How dare you give them a bunch of troops? We're coming for them.
Écrasez-les comme des mouches. Oui, monsieur. Personne ne nous vaincra. À gauche, marchez. En avant. Collecte de ravitaillement.
These guys are rather annoying. Yeah, the militia will sort these guys out. We just advanced. Abolition of slavery. Trade unions. Oh, right, we're trying to get abolition of slavery. We're working on that right now. We got trade unions. And we're building a drill school. I think it was Napoleon. Hold on. General staff. Yeah. Interesting. What? 2 rebellions? Are you kidding me? That is not fair.
Prêt à recevoir vos ordres? Oui, monsieur. Immédiatement.
That really isn't fair.
En avant pour la
Why is
couronne
everyone
et le
so
pays.
unhappy?
Votre humble serviteur. Gagnerons. Hurrah! Hurrah! Collecte de ravitaillement.
Where are we going to attack? Transylvania? I'll leave him here, but I do want to train some decent. Let's get like 2 line infantry to guard that, just in case they try to attack. Yes, the British threat right here. Maybe a confident general and some decent troops.
Pas possible, monsieur.
Wish my cavalry would be here. Oh, I'm getting the great artillery, that's right. Doesn't have any cavalry though. Oh, yes it does. Good.
Détruisez-les.
Cavalry! And I get my troops. Okay, I'll see you on the battle map as we take on the British for the first time in this campaign. Welcome to the battle map. Of course, we have a superior general, so we can see Frederick Adams' army. We're going to be attacking them for this battle, so my brave line infantry and my cavalry are going to be critical. They do have a huge artillery advantage over me, so I have to neutralize that threat before I move up my main troops. I also have some reinforcements coming from behind them, I believe. That's the side close enough. So we're going to march up right here. Prepare to fight the Brits. Meanwhile, my cavalry lancers are going to group up with the Chasseurs à Chevals. Chasseurs à Cheval, the hunters on horseback, literally translated. We're going to kill some Brits. You know, I've fought the French many times in Napoleon using the British and the Prussians. It's kind of nice to be on their side for a change, you know, actually having such a dynamic character as Napoleon leading one of my armies and being able to crush the Austrians. It's more of what I'm used to. Pretty much the whole world going against me in a lot of my campaigns, so that's what it kind of feels. I believe light dragoons do not shoot. No, they do not. So I'm sure when we charge the light dragoons with 3 full squads of lancers that they will run away in fear. Oh, and I got a bunch of cannon fodder. Looks like we got a ton of Brits. We are even being flanked here by some cavalry. You didn't think I'd see that, did you, Brits? You're not only famous for your squares, are you? These guys have retreated back onto a hill, which is kind of smart. You know, we're going to take heavy casualties on this flank. I really need to adjust my line here to account for the amount of the volume of British fire. It's going to be pretty much they've just shifted the battle. So I need to account for this shift. Shift my own forces this way. Which will literally put me in British cannon shot range. Anyway, my horses are now going to utilize the fact that we were able to overwhelm their guys and wipe out their artillery advantage. I am watching out for any cavalry that may charge. I'll see if they are going to charge me. You want to bring my general up. And the longer this cavalry waits for these guys to get lined up, the more likely they are to get killed. Anyway, when these guys are limbered like this and when they get charged, they get absolutely killed. Like I'm talking, the cannon falls down and is absolutely wiped out. As you can see, they are getting wiped out right now. Completely shattered. I'm going to pull back my cavalry and let them rest because they've done quite a little bit of fighting. You know, we got the massive infantry blob ready to charge into the British lines. Looks like the British are expanding out to this flank. They just have regular foot units. I'm sure when we go into England we will have some more units, a lot more vary on just a bunch of foot. We have any other. We got some fencibles with some militia. They're already winded because they've been running a lot. My guys are tired. And it's because we massacre the cannons right in front of all the British troops. They do have some cannons though. So they are moving up into range on this side and my units are opening up now. How's the topography on this? Welcome to the post-commentary. I really do post-commentary. I usually try to keep everything live, but apparently my the folder that I was recording the software I used, the folder only had a certain amount of space that could be used for the audio, and basically that was full, so it cut off here. The video's still good though, so we don't have to worry about me having to miss anything. So I'm just going to continue the live commentary. We are still killing the British. This is their invasion force that did go over into France. It was kind of wandering around aimlessly, not really sure what they're going to do. Anyway, I got my guys spread out in the trees, and we are taking some pretty punishing volleys from these tough English infantry. Meanwhile, on the left wing, I have my cavalry, and I do have my armed citizenry coming up. I have my militia I forgot about in the battle, and they're actually reinforcements, so they're just coming up there. But they're probably not going to make it, so I'm just going to move up my forces over here. So, I mean, this campaign's been rather enjoyable. So pretty much with my left flank, I'm planning to collapse their whole right flank there. They have a very weak bunch of units. I'm going to use my armed citizenry as basically a militia blob, and that will catch the British troops while we get a shoot at them. And also I'm collapsing their left flank by moving up, doing that flanking fire, which is so important in the Napoleon Empire to flank your opponents. Absolutely critical in the winning a battle. I generally put my opponents in a almost like a U shape. You can see I'm doing that right there because I got the troops over on this side that are also going to move on that flank. So it kind of surrounds them into a kill zone, and with that kill zone you will be able to completely wipe them out, and then if you surround them it's almost like a box. But we also see if I'm being attacked the way I attack a different, if I'm defending and I'm being attacked, I also do that. They also got some nice little flanking shots on me, but when your men get damaged enough you can actually line them into a single line so everyone gets to shoot, which is great. There's a ton of dead redcoats here. You know, Great Britain has not been much of a threat to me at all in this campaign. They are trying to beat back my advance here with a cavalry charge that's going to go right into squares and get shot to pieces. Squares are so much more deadly in Napoleon's Total War compared to Empire. They fire faster, they shoot faster. I mean, there's really no point in charging a square. Your guys will get absolutely massacred. Anyway, my guys are still coming through the town. My cavalry is further in the back there. I'm going to take out that artillery, that howitzer, or 6-pounder, or whatever it is over there. With my Cheshires, they are lighter cavalry, so they won't be as tired. I'm saving my lancers for the big blow into a lot of their guys. As you can see, they're getting completely shattered, and looks like that general just got shot down there. They're pretty much getting into a smaller and smaller box. You know, I'm going to bring up my generals. I don't want them to get killed. And this general's going to be a lot more important in the campaign as we go on with our invasion of England later. I mean, I already know what happens, so you guys don't wait for that because I'm doing this a little bit later. This is what was tying up this campaign. We have to do a post-commentary, so we just don't have time. But I'm glad to bring it to you, and you can see the force of my armed citizenry and my cavalry is able just to pretty much obliterate and we're going to shatter all of these foot units. Meanwhile, those guys cleaned up those cannons, so now they're going to charge those other cannons. We pretty much just routed and shattered the whole British army except for one unit. Oh, they do have a unit in square. So I'm just going to keep moving my guys off. I call it a melee blob on those guys in the square, so with all the pressure, they will fall.
A glorious victory, sir.
I'm going to have my general kind of get his sword bloody and just sit back. But yeah, that square is being absolutely overwhelmed by hundreds of French troops. And the point has a morale system so they can actually see the red bar there, and they have shattered also. So pretty much their whole army shattered. Yeah, it was a very good battle. Decisive, didn't lose a lot of men. So let's see what this was. Heroic victory, I get quite a lot of those. It's kind of interesting the definition of heroic victory in this game. I'm just going to let you sit through this loading screen, because frankly the loading screens after battles aren't very long. It's the loading screen to the battle that are long. So we're going to get moderate replenishment rate, and the army should be pretty much set. Those are my reinforcements from that town. I am going to go finish off those British troops. I don't want them wandering around like any of the Austrians and damaging random things. And actually, believe it or not, in this region, some of the units are actually on fast replenishment rate. We must have a supply warehouse or something that helps with the replenishment. So at this point I was talking about my invasion with this army. I do want to probably land in Scotland and maybe liberate it, and then go to Ireland and maybe set up a base. But you have to stay tuned for this campaign, because that might or might not happen. I mean, we never know. And Brandenburg's under control. I do have 3 armies. Napoleon's... Actually, that's not Napoleon's army. Where's Napoleon's army at this moment? Right, he's in Austria. He's in Vienna. I almost said Venice. That hated city. In the Total Wars, it always attacks me. He is in Vienna right now, making sure to fight back any rebellions, and there's probably going to be a rebellion. When you usually capture a capital of an enemy state, they're usually not very happy. In fact, Napoleon just wants to go kill some rebels, and is actually going to come back. As you can see, there's a northern Austrian army there, and this scared the hell out of me. I put that army there to kind of try to block them from going to Berlin. I had to pull my army back there, and look at this. They actually took Austria. Little do those rebels know that I'm coming for 'em. We also have quite a lot of colleges that we are researching a lot of stuff in. It wouldn't surprise me by the end of this campaign if I had actually researched all the stuff I needed.
Tenez-vous
So we're
prêts.
gonna immediately attack and besiege that and pretty much just win. I'm
Attaquez!
gonna be even more unhappy, but what are you gonna do? You gotta train and garrison a militia here, and just wait, because resistance to foreign occupation goes down over time. And also, if it's a smaller city that's not giving you a lot, that's their happiness building, by the way. If it's a smaller city that's not giving you a lot of taxes, you can also just exempt them out, make your blitzkrieg faster. Debating if I turn back and kill that army. I'm actually going to go up here because I don't want the Russians getting behind my lines. I'm trying to keep some sort of front line. And the Russians don't have a lot, and
Grave!
I'm pretty much just
Invaincu!
going to push them away. And I think I'm going to actually take this.
Préparez-vous pour la bataille!
I do.
Préparez-vous pour la bataille!
Good for me. I did take that. So it's a lot easier, I think, to do live commentaries because I know what the hell I'm talking about. But I'm going to keep you guys entertained for another 5 minutes or so. So this campaign has been quite a lot of fun. I mean, I was a little bit worried about originally challenging that.
Fier et victorieux! D'autres ordres? Oui? Marchez!
So what I was saying earlier was that let's move over there. But yeah, that attack pretty much scared me. They could have taken Berlin. I would have lost Vienna and Berlin. Meanwhile, I'm recruiting artillery for this army.
Prêt à recevoir vos ordres?
Jeez, everyone's messaging me, coming in, talking. Yeah, pretty much. I'm really enjoying this campaign. I was nervous of being at war with everyone because pretty much you have like a couple allies. You have Spain, which doesn't do anything, of course. You have the Bavarian Republic, which is like the Dutch. They don't do anything. Ouch. You also have, I think you have like Italy or something. You have one of like the Italian states. You signed a peace treaty with Austria. That's just this is kind of like stop until I can bring Vienna under my control. We're having quite a lot of gentlemen, which is helping. And it turns out not all my things are researching because we don't have enough technologies to be researched. I gotta upgrade some of the factories and stuff. So that's why. Anyway, we do have some strikes going on in Austria. They don't seem to be very happy.
En avant!
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I just talked about, exempting the province. Once they're in yellow, you don't really give a crud. You need to move on.
Préparez-vous pour la bataille!
Maybe that's Silesia that I'm moving on to now. Also, devastation helps. You want to be in the province long enough. If you took heavy cavalry, you want to be in there long enough to replenish most of your men. If you exempt them. But the big capitals, you just got to keep your army there and fight off like 2 or 3 rebellions, and then they should be good. Also, make those militia so they can hold it while your army moves on. It's just a typical. It's like a pretty much a good tactic you can use for any total war. Have some militia to hold the city, get the population public order up, and then you'll be able to move on with your conventional larger army with real troops. Always keep that front line. You always want an army between you and the enemy. Now, them landing in France, that was not a good example of. I was training an army though for that, for them to be actually to fight the English there. I'm putting my army in the dock because that's rather important. We're going to want to start building our one ship to send us over. I'm not going to invest in a huge fleet right now because frankly I'm just going to lose to the British because I'm not very good at naval battles. I feel like they're a little slow, like slower paced, and I don't really like them pretty much at all. They're not very fun. You know, in Rome Total War, we asked for naval battles. In Medieval, we asked for naval battles. They gave it to us in Empire, and I think land battles are a lot more popular than naval battles by a long shot. Now, the Shogun or something, that's a little bit different with the naval battles. I mean, I'll fight some of those, but I'm still not great with them. I'll generally auto-resolve when I can. Because honestly, I could spend like 20 minutes on a battle that I know I'm, get pretty much the same result with an auto-resolve. I guess you could say that about any battle, generally, but on land, a lot of these close ones, the auto-resolve is going to screw you. I'm looking at my taxes here. The yellow is kind of like content with the upper class, the red is unhappy, and the gray up there was exempt from taxes. So you always want to double check on your taxes once you exempt a province, because usually after a couple turns they will be happy enough that you can start taxing them and add to your overall income. You always want about your tax income to be about the level of your army upkeep. That's a good thing, because you'll have taxes, you'll have trade, you'll have some other things that will help bring up your economy. So if you at least have your income just a little bit higher, your tax income, than your army, then you should be pretty much set. I actually think I run Napoleon's army there to stop the Russians from coming and bring them back in. Then they actually raided that farm. I didn't want them to come and attack one of the cities behind my lines. See, I'm kind of holding a front line around Berlin, around Vienna, and then Silesia is the third province, and kind of one of those armies will intercept anything that tries to go behind my lines, because it's pretty much undefended. Even Paris has like 1 or 2 military units in it. The Ottoman told me to join a war against Austria, which I just signed a peace treaty with, so I'm okay. I'm going to decline the... I'm not going to accept it. I'm going to decline it. That's what I thought. And we're getting gentlemen everywhere, which is great, because extra research. The problem is, not all their schools are near them. Yeah, I'm going to send this guy all the way up from Germany. He'll probably be traveling for quite a while. Get all the way up to Berlin. Yeah, in every capital there's always a school. I'm not sure if that's the same for the minor factions. We actually got our Arc de Triomphe. I actually saw that in Paris. It was a very nice building. I'd actually went on top, and I had footage of me actually walking up the stairs. It is a ton of stairs. So pretty much I just need to capture Warsaw and Moscow, and I win. But I'm going to kill all my enemies. That's what I like doing. I'm going to get rid of Great Britain. Maybe Sweden, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to conquer all of Russia, Austria, and Prussia. They're definitely going to be gone. So this campaign's been pretty fun. I've said it like 8 times, but I was a little bit worried about fighting against everybody. But I'm used to that in all my campaigns, because everyone always declares war on me, and I always take them out, and they never learn. It's like the Austrians don't learn that you don't want to mess with me. I could be like the Maratha, and they'd still come after me, and Empire's going to work. Same with Venice. They don't really learn. Ah yes, now I'm taking Silesia, and that will be my kind of front line. So then that army, after it takes Cleves, will go into West Prussia, and this army in Silesia will hopefully intercept that army before it goes between our lines there. We got Saxony as kind of a buffer zone. They kind of have an army that could probably stand up to them, but we'll see. So Warsaw and West Prussia are going to be the new front lines once we push up. And then Napoleon's going to push into Romania. There's still a couple turns. Ships take forever to train also. If you lose your fleet, it's a huge investment of money and time that's wasted. And I guess the trade, like when I was Great Britain, the trade ships and stuff, that was very good for me to hold and just keep the French fleet down. But I was not very good at it at all. Still double checking. You actually need buildings in order to advance your research, like you have the Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, Court of Justice, Tax Office, Magistrate, all that stuff. Anyway, we're coming to the end of this part. I hope you enjoyed. I did take the time not just to cut off the video, and did finish it up with a post-commentary. I hope that was okay. But don't worry, the next couple I shot today and yesterday will be all live commentary. And pretty much I hope you enjoyed this part. We're going to continue to conquer and fight the Austrians and the Prussians, and Warsaw is in the near future of the conquest of that, or at least the attack. So, this is Connor 221, so I hope you enjoyed.